Hello there everybody, how is it going and how have you been? I am EuclideanSqd, and we're back here in Duel Links about midway through a brand new event. Specifically, the event is Espa Roba's Duel Carnival. This is a special event involving, as you may guess, Espa Roba, and it works quite a bit differently than a lot of character unlock events in the past, like, for example, Yummy Merrick or Jesse Anderson. Specifically, this event is a lot more PvP oriented than just running around dueling the NPCs for tokens that you then run over to the gate and spend to duel, whoever the legendary duelist in question actually is. And that's actually kind of fun because in addition to the PvP thing, there's a semi-team feel to the whole thing. And basically, the more you duel, the more points you win, the more prizes you get, including the unique cards. Likewise, your points still go into a cumulative total at a certain point, of which you unlock Espa Roba for yourself to use. And I'll be covering all of that in just a moment, but one thing I want to make mention is that I am currently recording this at almost 2:45 in the morning just because I've been mildly ill all day. It's also kind of why I'm a little bit late to covering this event compared to some of the other people out there. So if I do mess something up or if I do make a dumb mistake, I'm sorry, but I'm tired and I'm not feeling that great. But I didn't want to wait any longer to actually get coverage on this event. So, anyway, with that out of the way, the Duel Carnival progresses in a very simple sort of state. Basically, every 2 days, Espa Roba will pose a question which basically boils down to which type you prefer, A or B. In this case, the current types are warriors or beast warriors. You pick one of the two sides, and then you duel people who picked the opposite side. You gain points. You are assigned to a group of four other players for a total of 5, and your cumulative points are being added up compared to one of the opposing teams. And whenever one of your two teams reaches 40,000 points, you get extra prizes. So that's where the PvP aspect comes in. It's sort of team-based in that everybody on your team is working together to gather as many points as you can, primarily by winning. But that's really the extent of it. It's not like the tag duel tournament where you're trading off with another player or anything like that. It's more just sort of like a semi-cooperative thing. Now, anyway, I've chosen to be on the side of the Beast Warriors, and on that note, I've got a little bit of an experimental deck with Joey here. Specifically, this is using the Bujins and the Bujingi monsters, because the main fighting force of the deck, the Bujingis, are actually all, Beast Warriors. But this deck could have easily fallen on either side, considering that most of the other monsters in this deck are beasts. But because I'm going to be primarily playing the Beast Warrior Bujingis, actually, are they? Oh, sorry. Bujins are the Beast Warriors. Bujingis are the beasts. There you go. But because I'm going to be primarily playing the Beast Warrior versions of the cards, I chose the Beast Warrior side because you do get bonus points for every card you play that matches the type of the team that you picked. So, as an example, the previous question was spellcasters or dragons, so I was using my dragon deck, and I got a few extra bonus points every time I played a dragon type monster. But anyway, as a quick run through of this deck, Bujin Yamato, Bujin Hirume, Bujin Mikazuchi, and Bujin Arasuda are going to be the main attackers for it. They are getting a power boost because of Joey's Fields of the Warriors ability, which basically means that I start with the field spell Sogen in play, which gives all Beast Warriors 200 extra attack. So I effectively have an 1800, a 2100, a 2200, and a 2000 attack point monster. But the main feature of the Bujins is that they have this weird sort of systemic effect of seeking other Bujins from the deck and adding them to your hand, discarding them, and then the Bujingis activate their effects from the graveyard. So for example, Bujingi Quillen, if I control a Beast Warrior type Bujin, i.e. any of the 4 that I just mentioned, I can banish Quillen from the graveyard to target any face-up card my opponent controls and just destroy it. Now I can only activate 1 Quillen per turn, but it's a pretty powerful effect. Likewise, there's Bujingi Sinyo, which basically during the damage step, if one of my Beast Warrior Bujins is battling an opponent's monster, I can banish Sinyo from the graveyard, and my Bujin gains attack equal to that monster's current attack. So in other words, I win the battle. Very powerful card. Again, you can only activate one of these per turn. Bujingi Boar is has a little bit of weaker effect, so you can't activate more of him per turn. Specifically while you control a Bujin, which can include any of the Bujin keys. Just want to make that clear. I can banish a Boar from the graveyard, pick any face-up attack position monster my opponent controls, change it to defense, and make its defense 0, so make it very easy to punch through. I have Bujingi Centipede, which I have to control one of the Beast Warrior Bujins. He's only activated once per turn, but I banish him from the grave, target any spell and trap card my opponent controls, and destroy it. And if I ever restructure the deck, I'm considering adding more of this guy, because Ophidian says during my main phase, I can send him from my hand to the graveyard, pick any Bujin I control, and it can attack directly. And that's actually been a lot of fun in some of the duels that I've run tests on with this deck, or some of the tests that I've run on this deck, I guess is a better way to say it. Especially because some of the trap cards actually work really well with this. But anyway, in terms of spells, I have Fire Formation Gyokyo. Basically, long story short with this card, I pick any set spell or trap my opponent controls. They can't activate the card in response to the spell, and once I activate the spell, they can't activate the set card until this card is gone. Plus, all my Beast Warriors gain an extra 100 attack points. I have this Bujin Intervention card. It's kind of hard to play, and I'm tempted to swap it out. But basically, I pick any Bujin on my field, and if it ever destroys a monster in battle whose attack is greater than the Bujin's attack, it and all copies of it that my opponent controls are banished. Just immediately right then and there. Now, that's pretty difficult, but that's kind of why I added Boar, is because I just pick my opponent's big monster, put it in defense mode, make it 0, have a Bujin attack it, and then it and all copies are just wiped from the game right there. I've also got Defense Draw, so basically when my opponent attacks, I can make battle damage 0 and draw a card in response to it. And then this trap card is especially nice, Bujin Regalia the Sword. Basically, I can either pick a banished Bujin and put it back in the graveyard, or pick a Bujin in the graveyard and add it to my hand. So if any of my normal Beast Warriors are destroyed, I can use Bujin Regalia to return it to my hand and play it again next turn. I can return Quillins to the graveyard to reuse, I can return Sinews to the graveyard to reuse, and one particularly nasty strategy I found is I can actually return an Ophidian back to my hand the same turn I just discarded him to make a Bujin attack directly, discard him again, and make one of my other Bujins attack directly. So, really fun little deck, probably not perfect, probably plenty of things I could do to update, but enough about that. I'm just going to go straight into this, and we're going to see how well we can do. I'm just going to duel until one side gets 40,000 points. It doesn't really take that long, usually about 3-4 duels if you're pretty straightforward with it, or pretty back-to-back with it, I should say. And one thing I do want to make mention about this event is that it is okay to lose. Like, even if your team is the one that loses, even if out of your team you get 5th place overall with like total number of points you contributed, you still get prizes, and those prize chests can still give you the rare cards. They are a bit less likely to give you them than if you had the better chests for winning. But it is nice that even if you lose, or even if you have a spot of bad luck, you can still get all the rare stuff out of this event. Or at least hopefully, because it is a bit of a lottery, and that is mildly annoying. So, he's not doing anything. And I know that's a trap card he can activate, but I'm okay having Yamato attack. He's going to let it go through. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and activate Yamato. So, Yamato says I can add any Bujin I want from my deck to my hand, and then I have to discard a card, so I'm going to send Quillin, just so that way next turn I can play Mikazuchi, banish Quillin, and destroy whatever monster he may play to try and fight back against Yamato. So, let's see what he does in response. Okay, he purposely took the damage so that he could activate Skyscraper. Alright, can't fault him for that. and an embodiment of Apophis. You're going to tribute that, aren't you? You're not. Okay. Now, I'm going to be taking quite a bit of damage here. Oh wait, actually, use word type monster you control struck with battle word by card effect and sent to the graveyard. Oh yeah, so I can special summon Mikazuchi because Yamato was destroyed and sent to the graveyard. I forgot he does that. So, there we go. I've now got a 2100 point Bujin to replace my 2000. And now, let's see. I can't summon this Mikazuchi because you can only control one of any of the Beast Warrior type Bujins. So I'm just going to go ahead and use... Do I waste coin now? I'm not going to waste coin now. I'm going to do this. I'm going to banish Yamato to summon Hirume, which is a stronger Bujin. She has a very complicated effect, and I'm not going to go into that. Actually, no, I'm going to do it just so that I can... Because I have a possible win right here if he doesn't stop this. So I'm going to get rid of Embodiment of Apophis. Not concerned at all about Sparkman because he only gets the attack boost if he's the one that's starting the battle and not me. And then Hirume attacks directly for the win. So, as I mentioned, fairly new to this deck, still kind of learning the ins and outs of it and how well all the cards synchronize with each other, so it's got a bit of a learning curve, but it's been doing good so far. Yeah. And this is not from all that much dueling. Like, the prize limits are significantly lower for the Duel Carnival than... Whoa. I don't know if that came through on the recording, but part of the two side overlays didn't load for me, so it was just a big circle in nothingness. But, anyway. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. You do get prizes a lot faster in the Duel Carnival than you do in some of the other character unlocked events. But, likewise, you can't get the big, like, times 7, times 18 multipliers on your duel assessment scores. So, for example, you unlock Espa Roba at just 27,000 points, which, you know, estimating about 4,000 to 5,000 points a duel, that's like, what, 6 duels, 5 duels, if you get a really good one. So it's not that difficult to get all the prizes checked off the list in this, especially if you can set aside, like, maybe just an hour to just kind of crank through this. And again, you don't even have to use a deck that aligns with whatever side you pick. I have seen people on the spellcaster side that just go ahead and use like a dragon deck or a destiny hero deck or whatever. So if you don't have the cards, or if you just don't really favor one side or the other, just pick one, bring your best deck, and have at it. So I sent Sinyo just so that no matter what he summons next turn, or on his turn I should say, I can counter it in a straight up fight. Go ahead, try it, dude. Okay, that's admittedly a little bit of a problem, but it's fine. I'm going to at least take you down with me. Oh no, that's right. I don't go to his attack power, I gain his attack power. Right. Now it doesn't persist, so he can still attack me with, what is that, Grandmaster of the Six Samurai? Yeah, Grandmaster of the Six Samurai. He's probably wondering what the hell just happened. Yeah, whenever I've activated Sinyo, the other player's just been really confused as to what exactly went on there. He's not attacking. He thinks I can probably do it again. Alright, well, the bad news is I don't have anything that can destroy Grandmaster. But one thing I can do is I can summon another Mikazuchi. I can end my turn, And with Yamato's help... Oh no, he's going to Divine Wrath Yamato. Okay. Yep, never mind, there goes that strategy. Okay. Well, I still got defense draw. So if he plays something, he's not going to be able to play anything to... Well, he's not going to play a monster that's strong enough to destroy Mikazuchi, so Grandmaster can attack directly. The question is, do I defense draw this? I'm going to save it. Because if I get a bad draw... not great. So... I'm going to summon Bujingi's Centipede. I'm going to go for whatever he has in defense mode. Dang it. I guess just special summon a 6 Samurai. Okay. A level 3 or lower 6 Samurai. And he picked... Oh cool, the one that destroys set spell and trap cards. Lovely. Alright then. Now, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and use Regalia now to take Yamato back before he has a chance to possibly destroy it with Zanji. I'm going to lose defense draw, which is not great, or Yaichi. Zanji's the one with... This is Zanji, isn't it? Yeah, that's Zanji. It doesn't matter because I lose. Or not. He... Oh wait, no, he couldn't have won. Well, not on that turn at least. Okay. So... I can summon... I'm going to summon Yamato. I'm going to use Centipede's effect to take out his face-down card. What? Something he could activate. Okay, so... Okay, so it was being banished anyway. You literally got nothing out of that deal. Alright, then you attack Yaichi. Just to get that thing off the field, and then, yeah, Yamato, activate your effect. I don't think I can activate Krillin during his turn, so I'm just going to have to take another Sinyo and then drop it. This can stop one attack if he has any monster he can play right now, which he does. Yep. And I lose anyway because Nishi gets to just destroy my monsters when he has another 6 Samurai. So, okay, fair enough. Never said this deck was perfect, but hey, as you saw with that first Sinyo, it can throw your opponents for a little bit of a loop. Alright, let's see where we are. 82,000. And my team's lagging a little bit behind. How are we doing? No, I'm right in the middle. So, let's see if I can pull ahead. Now there's the one little thing that I'm not super happy with about this event, is that by making it type versus type, certain meta decks are going to obviously be a little bit more prevalent when that type is available. Like, for example, Warriors versus Beast Warriors. Well, that Destiny Hero meta deck that's running around with Masked Hero Anki and Destiny Hero Celestial and all them, they're all Warriors. So anybody that plays that deck is going to be taking the Warrior side. You know, the 6 Samurais. But when it comes to Beast Warriors, I can't think of too much other than the Bujins, and I don't think many people play those. But anyway, enough prattling about meta decks, and let's just see what this guy does. He has a 30-card deck. What have I got? I've got... They're not bad, per se. I can't play Hiroom. Oh, great. It's another 6 Samurai deck. Cool. 16... 19... Well, I can seal his face down. His first turn's going to be a little on the rough side. But I don't think he can do anything to get through. What do you do? Is there a damage step if you attack a face-down monster, destroy it? At the end of damage step, discard attack, destroy the monster, discard attacked. Okay. That's fine. Don't care. I know I'm going to take 2200 to the face. Oh, I didn't set Bujin Regalia! Ah, damn it. Oh, because my idea was banish Quillen to summon Hirume, return Quillen to the graveyard, banish it again to use its effect, and destroy one of the 2 6 Samurais. But I forgot to set this trap card. Damn it. Like I said, it's like 2:45, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. Damn it. Okay. Thankfully, my deck was kind enough to give me a little bit of a backup. Gonna summon Yamato. Going to banish Quillen to special summon Hirume. Now, he can't use his face down card, but he's got a Sphere Kuriboh. Oh wait, no. Because the 6 Samurais, when you have multiple... yeah, if one would be destroyed, you can choose to destroy another 6 Samurai in place of it. So, not entirely sure why he did that, because I'm just now going to attack with Hirume and do 100 more points of damage. Alright, let's play it safe. Let's get a Sinyo into the graveyard, just to get ready for any kind of counterattack he may do. Then next turn I can bring out Quillen, or return Quillen into the graveyard if I need to use it. Alright. What sort of 6 Samurai are you going to use? I do have to watch for Inishi, I have to watch for that set card. He's got nothing. Okay. Now I kind of wish I picked Centipede, but... Okay. I think I'm still okay. It has to be an enemy controller. What else is he allowed to activate during the standby phase of my turn? You know, it could be something like Treacherous Trap Hole, maybe Mirror Wall, but he's gonna activate it anyway. Can you stop 3 attacks? Took it. And... nope. I don't know what it was, but didn't help him. I mean, now I'm curious as to what that was. Was it just an enemy controller? Don't know. Oh, anyway. We're not gonna win. Again, unless myself and one other person on my team wins with over 5,000 points, in the time it's going to take them to win, yeah, they're going to get to 40,000 before we do, which again, it's fine. We're still going to get rewards, and we're still going to get prizes and stuff, so I'm not too broken up about that. We got a Mako, which are you probably just going to be using a Mako deck, sea stealth attack, something like that. So again, you don't have either the types of monsters that are being featured, just no big deal, just grab whatever deck you have and go for it. So yeah, I got Yamato, I got Mikazuchi, and I got, who are you again? And Arasuda. Right, and you special summon yourself in defense position if a Bujin in my grave or a face on my field is banished. I'm okay with Senyo going into the graveyard, but let's summon... No, I need to summon Yamato, because I need him to actually start putting Bujins in the grave to start using. I'm just going to end my turn. Going to use Yamato. I'm going to take... No, I'm going to take Quillen just to get ready. And I'm going to send Sinyo to the grave. So now... Might have been a misplay, might have wanted to go for Ophidian. Just because then I could hit him in the face with the 2100 attack from Mikazuchi. Friggin' said it all well. Oh wait, no, that's right, because it has to take tributes to special summon. What do you do again? As discard a special summon, you can set one sea stealth attack directly from your deck. Don't think you can activate this turn. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, the targets one water monster you control, you can negate the activation if you do destroy it. I don't think you target, do you? No, Sinyo doesn't target. Sweet. Bring it, Mako. Okay, never mind. No point in activating Sinyo if Yamato's in defense mode. Now he's gonna get Sea Stealth attack. Banish one water monster you control to the end phase. This turn, face of spell and traps you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So Centipede's now worthless. And at the start of the damage step, if your water monster is level 5 or higher, just destroy the opponent's monster. Okay. Wait, start of the damage step, or... Yeah, at the start of the damage step. Alright, so now... I don't think I can attack him directly with it. I should have taken Ophidian. I don't think I have any means of getting Quillen into the grave. Man, him actually putting Yamato in defense mode really screwed up my plan. Alright then, you know what, I'm just going to set Quillen, and I'm going to put Mikazuchi in defense mode. Because that rule of I win every battle is only going to work for his level 5 water monsters. So if I can destroy... This card's activated, you can activate one mana. Once per turn you can banish one water monster you control until the end phase. Okay, so that's going to be something he can use to dodge Quillen's effect, and he didn't go for Quillen. Dang it. Alright, well, I'm going to summon another Mikazuchi just to have more battle fodder. Even though he's probably going to go for that instead. There's Sinyo. During your end phase, if Bujin cards added from your deck to your hand except by drawing it. Right, because RC is supposed to sync with Yamato. Alright, then let's put... No, because Boar's not going to be of any help either, because... frick it, I'm just gonna have to set Arasuda. Because Boar and Sinyo are both worthless in this state. Because, sure, Sinyo can boost my monster's attack up to by his monster's attack, but it's not gonna matter because he's just gonna destroy whatever I have because of Sea Stealth attack. Likewise, even if I put it in defense mode, Boar's just going, you know, again, Sea Stealth attack is just going to make it so that, you know, I just lose anyway. No, I'm not going to use Sinyo. Okay. Trying to think, what's the best course here? Centipede doesn't get a power boost, Sinyo doesn't get a power boost, Boar doesn't get a power boost. I'm just gonna have to set Centipede. But Centipede can't do anything. Because if I banish him to try and destroy Sea Stealth attack, he can just banish one of his water monsters until the end phase to stop it. Face-up spell and shot cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. No reason to activate Sinyo. Just gonna pick Centipede. Get a defense draw, that'll help. So let's save the two in my hand. Okay, I think he's gonna summon another one. Oh, great. Two of these friggin' things. So now I'm pretty sure that I have really just lost. Because I can't get rid of Sea Stealth attack. Because he's just going to banish one of the two whales. I can't fight the whales because Sea Stealth attack is just going to make me lose. Oh, yeah, second season. Yeah, I just lose. Maybe I can pull something out of my hat? Ophidian, I forgot about you. Of course, you have the highest attack. Okay. I need a Bujin with 2300 attack points, and I don't have one. If only I'd saved Centipede. Hilariously enough, Centipede actually would have saved me here. Because he'd be down to 2100, and then if I drew any of the other Bujins remaining in my graveyard, I could have just returned a fit into my hand, discarded him again, and then that Bujin would have been able to attack directly. Even Yamato. as well start burning effects. Go ahead and use Centipede. Try and bait one of these sea stealths out. He's just going to banish a Citadel Whale. Or he's just going to let it be destroyed because he knows he still has one. Go ahead and use Quillin. Target a Citadel Whale. See if maybe he'll let me destroy it. Oh no, that's right, it just negates the activation, so never mind. I still lose, but actually, even if I had Centipede, it wouldn't help. I would need Bujin Hirume to do enough damage, and I didn't draw her, so I gave him the mother of all black eyes at least, but still lost in the end. Alright. It was close. If he didn't enemy controller. All came down to that card. Because if he didn't enemy controller, Bujin, that first Yamato would have still been in attack mode. And Mycenio would have destroyed the Citadel Whale before he had a chance to activate the first Sea Stealth attack. Really? Okay, fair enough. I'm going to put up a fight and knock you down to 300 life points. I guess you can style on me with your second enemy controller. You feel special. Alright, fair enough. Man, this episode actually went on for quite a bit longer than I was expecting. Primarily because of that last duel. But anyway, so that's pretty much the basics to the Duel Carnival? Oh no, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, and then basically, to summarize, once one site gets to 40,000, it resets, and you get to be shuffled and pick, and you get. Bleh, I can't talk because it's like 3:15. Once one of the two teams reaches 40,000. The teams are disbanded, and then the next time you start dueling, you're added onto another team. And like I said, you get chests for all kinds of different things, like winning duels, dueling certain times. You get chests depending on how your current the ranking you had in your team, as well as extra chests if you won. So specifically, I think if I click here, it loads. So these happen every 2 days. So basically, if you're on the winning side, you get 2 gold chests and 8 silvers. If you're on the losing side, you get 1 gold chest and 7 silvers. And then, yeah, if your team won, you just got 4 extra silvers. If you took first place, you had a gold and a silver. If you're in second or third, you got 3 extra silvers. Dueling just once gets you 3 prizes. Winning a duel gets you a prize. Winning 3 duels gets you a prize. And then randomly, the game will decide to make it a bonus match. In which point it adds a whole bunch of gold chests just to give you even more prizes, because why not? But if you look at the cumulative rewards really quick, you can see it starts at 1,000 and it ticks up pretty rapidly. At 4K you get a copy of Teleport, which basically is, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, once per turn you can pay 800 life points to special summon a psychic type monster from your hand. 12,000, you get a copy of DD Telepon, which I believe was the reward the last time Espa Roba came around. But basically, just because I can't remember if I covered that, if DD Telepon is banished, you can banish a psychic type monster with 1,500 or less attack from your deck. And then on your next standby phase, if this Telepon is still banished, you can special summon the monster that Telepon banished. At 27,000 points, you unlock Espa Roba. At 38,000, you get this new trap card, Heartless Drop-Off. When a face-up card on the field or in the graveyard is added to your opponent's hand by an effect, you get to look at the hand, banish the added card, and any cards they may have in their hand that has the same name. Not super sure what this is used for, but maybe somebody can find something. At 54,000, you get a copy of the newly limited Pulse Mines. Specifically, this card is now on the limited list. But basically, if you control a machine-type monster, any attack position monsters your opponent has are forced to defense mode, and anything they may normal or special summon for the rest of that turn is also forced into defense mode as well. Now, one thing to note is that if the thing was already on the field and you try forcing it into defense mode during the main phase, they can just switch it back into attack mode. Pulse Mines doesn't stop that, so always, always, always activate this trap in the battle phase, when they no longer have the opportunity to just switch the card right back. Another new trap card at 80,000 points is Battle of the Elements. Activate only while all monsters on the field are face up. Both players send monsters they control to the graveyard so that they each only control one attribute. This actually might not be that bad in my Bujin deck just because they're all light attribute monsters, and that would throw a fairly decent monkey wrench into things like Six Samurais, or maybe not the Destiny Heroes, but I think maybe the new For Hires, because I think some of them have different attributes. But anyway, 96,000 you get an ultra rare. At 120,000 you get Master Gig. Once per turn you can pay 1,000 life points to destroy monsters your opponent controls equal to the number of face-up psychics you control. Fairly steep cost, but if you have a full field of psychics, that's 3 cards of your opponent just gone. So, not too bad. And then at 180,000 you get this very interesting spell card, Monster Reborn Reborn. Basically, unlike the stupidly overpowered Monster Reborn card, which they are never going to add to this game, Monster Reborn Reborn says that you pick 3 monsters in your graveyard, your opponent picks one of them, you get to special summon that one, and the rest are banished. You can only activate one per turn. So, a bit more of a drawback in that your opponent gets to pick what you summon, but at the same time, if you have something like, say, 3 Blue Eyes in your graveyard, you can just pick all 3 Blue Eyes, and then what are they going to do? Likewise, for example, with my Felgrand Dragon deck, if I have Arcbrave, and Felgrand in the grave, either way, I'm getting a level 7 or a level 8 Dragon-type monster on the field. But then after 180,000, it seems to just default to 100 Rare Jewels every 20,000 points. I don't know if it'll go any further than 300,000, but that is something that they have started doing, is that once you have collected the last prize on the list, the game will just sort of award you a standard prize every set amount, just if you want to keep participating in the event so that you can keep getting things. But anyway, before this very long episode ends, and I clicked the wrong button, one thing I did want to go over is that, as you saw, I did get Espa Roba unlocked, so I just kind of want to show him off really quick. He's still level 1, I haven't used him at all, but of particularly important note is that he starts with a copy of the infamous Jinzo. This thing is actually finally available in Duel Links. It's a 1 tribute, 2400 attack power monster that outright says no more trap cards. Just no more trap cards. Any face-up trap cards, or their effects are just being negated. Nobody can activate trap cards. None of it. You or your opponent. And as if that drawback wasn't quite, not quite that good as it was, the first couple of cards you get as Espa Roba aren't that great, but at level 10 he gets a copy of this Amplifier equip spell. An Amplifier can only be equipped to Jinzo, the activation of Amplifier cannot be negated by any other card, and while it's equipped to Jinzo, you're not limited by Jinzo's effect. So if you put Amplifier on your Jinzo, you can activate traps all you want, your opponent cannot. Now, this card does have its own downside in that if Amplifier is ever removed from the field, Jinzo automatically detonates and goes away as well, but that's still a really powerful advantage, especially because, if I remember correctly, I think he gets 2 copies of Amplifier? Yeah, he gets a second one at level 33. Okay, so you only get 2 copies of Amplifier, but that's still a very, very powerful combo to just seal all traps for just your opponent. I mean, to be fair, I guess cards like the new Silent Magician that's in the Structure Deck EX, as well as stuff like Horse the Black Flame Dragon, level 8, can selectively negate spell cards, but those are, well, the Silent Magician isn't that hard to summon. Horse level 8 actually is, but anyway, enough getting distracted. He also gets copies of Jinzo number 7, which can attack your opponent's life points directly. He gets Draw Sense Dark at level 13, and he gets Psychic Vision at level 4. Not sure what that does. At level 14, he gets a copy of Jinzo Returner, which it can attack your opponent directly. And whenever it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Jinzo from your graveyard, but it is destroyed during the end phase. So keep that in mind, because it's not going to stick around for long unless you use something else to then try and return it to your hand or keep it on the field a little bit longer or something. Not entirely sure how. He gets another Jinzo number 7 at level 16. At level 18, he gets this Jinzo Lord, which cannot be normal summoned or set, can only be special summoned by basically attributing a face-up Jinzo you control. He still negates the effects of all trap cards and prevents them from being activated. And once returned, you can destroy all face-up trap cards on the field and just deal 300 damage to your opponent for each one that was destroyed. So you could preempt this by activating 3 continuous trap cards, summon Jinzo, upgrade him to Jinzo Lord, destroy your own traps, and deal 900 points of burn damage on top of sealing all of your opponent's trap cards. So, kind of crazy, these things. At level 20, he gets the Psychic Onslaught skill. Again, not sure what they do. Level 20, he gets another Jinzo Returner. At 23, he gets a Quarantine, which, once returned during the end phase, you basically get to just peek at any set spell or trap card your opponent has. And again, that's during the end phase, not your end phase. So, oh, you just set a face down card. I get to see what it is and then play around it on my turn. He gets another Jinzo Lord at level 25, Amplifier at 33, Jinzo Returner at level 35, another Quarantine at 38, a third Jinzo Lord at level 40, and then at level 45 he gets this crazy Jinzo Jector card, which, while it's on the field or in the graveyard, its name is just Jinzo. You contribute this card to add any Jinzo other than Jinzo Jector from your deck to your hand. So you can seek out Jinzo Lord, you could seek out the original Jinzo, etc. And then, after adding the card from your deck to your hand, you get to just look at all the set spell and trap cards. And if there are any trap cards among them, you get to special summon Jinzos from your hand equal to the number of the trap cards that were revealed by it. Sound a little crazy? Cause kinda is. Your opponent even has one set spell and trap card. Guess what? I get to summon my regular little Jinzo, and you can't activate it anymore. So, definitely do your best to try and get Espa Roba. He's got some very crazy cards, and I'm not certain about this. I don't know if it's a level up skill, or if it's something that you have to get as a drop. But I think one of his skills even adds a second copy of Jinzo into your deck. So, you have one that anybody can use, but if you use Espa, you may be able to get 2. So just keep that in mind. But other than that, this has been going for 50 minutes, and I really need to get to bed. So that has been the ins and outs of Espa Roba's Duel Carnival. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time, and I hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next episode.